Hello everyone, my name is Benji and I have created a free Musketeer decklist, and I want to go through some BT21 gameplay because I think free Musketeers defensively very potent and can close out games with the new promo card and the Beelstarmon antibody from EX7. Overall, I think it's a pretty good list. Here's the decklist. You can take a look at it, pause the video, whatever. We're going to jump right into game one. We are going first, and our first hand is not really good, so we're going to mulligan, but the second hand isn't better at all. So there's something funny that we can do. We can just play out the Satellamon and give it protection from bottom deck, bouncing to hand and to Digidwarf, which means it should survive a turn and give us access to Gundramon, and that Gundramon can fix our top 6 cards of the deck so that we are not going to break anymore after that. Our opponent is just going to Digidwarf a Rookie in Raising, play out a Training, and play out a Tamer. After that, they're going to pass. So they essentially give us 4 memory, which means Satellamon was effectively played for 3 memory. They put us at 3, so yeah, we're kind of good. Now here's a small funny thing. We can actually uplink the Scopeamon to draw 2 additional cards, because Gundramon is always going to Digivolve for 4 memory on top of the Satellamon, which is going to put them at 3. And we want to put them at 3 because they have a memory Tamer. So to get as much card draw and as much trashing power as we can, that is actually the correct play. Also, we drew a Rookie for the Raising for any follow-up plays with the Tankmon, so that's really nice. Our opponent is going to move out of Raising and Digivolve into Gargamon. That's a pretty good card, but I don't have a lot of cards in hand, so we're kind of good. I don't even know what he's playing because Mirage is at 1, and you could play BT4 Mirage, but yeah, let's see. He's going into Scramble. Soooooooooo Ace. Yeah, let's see what he's going to trash. Turns out he's never played against Free Musketeer because he trashed my options, which means I will gain 1 memory and Digivolve his Sooooooooomon, putting it back at champion level and giving me 3 overflow. Yeah, he immediately scoop of shame. That was just not a good play at all. Okay, that was a nice game 1. Moving on to an actual game, and not a 2-turn thing. Yeah, our first hand is just a Rookie and a Mega with some option cards. Just mulligan, and yeah, 3 Rookies is much better. Our opponent is playing Darugamon, and they already have the Dex Darugamon trash because of the Analog Youth. We're going to Digivolve and Raising, and play out a 3-cost Rookie to turn pass at 1. I think that's pretty respectable. They will actually move out Lugamon and put AG from trash under the Lugamon, gaining them 1 memory, and at the end of turn they can play out the AG to have a memory setter. Well, that would be if they didn't just run into my security with 1000 DP. I don't quite understand that play, but whatever. They choke me back at 1 with the Lugamon Searcher, and I'm just playing out another Rookie to search the level 4. Again, he's going into security with his Rookie and searches a champion level Digimon with his option. Well, we still don't have a level 4 Digimon, so let's attack into security ourselves. Oh, we hit an option. Luckily, the security effect didn't reveal anything that was all too important, because they already had the Darugamon in hand. It hurts to do this, but I'm going to play a Tamer for 4 and put them at 3 memory. After start of main, they're going to be at 4. Finally, after the 4th Toy Agumon that we used, we finally found a level 4, and we're able to combo off of that, de-digivolving the Durugray along the way. They're going to use their option to play out the Lugamon, Mind Link with it, and Digivolve into Darugamon to force me to attack at the start of main. I really can't do much about that. They're just going to lead my Satellamon and block my Toy Agumon. So I lost my entire board, apart from my Tamer, obviously. I decide to Digivolve Sparrow in the Raising and play out Scopeamon for 3 into the battle area, putting a card from my trash under it to gain the memory back, allowing me to continue my turn. Digivolving on top of that into Satellamon, de-digivolving the Darugamon twice, back down to Darugamon. So he's attacking with Durugray, and my idea was to just ace into Beelstarmon, because I cannot be de-digivolved by the effect of Satellamon. Yeah, but what I forgot to think about was that he can actually, when Digivolving, delete my Beelstar because I only have Play Cost 6. I thought that if he had Collision and he was running into my Beelstarmon, that I could just block it naturally, but yeah, that couldn't happen. That didn't happen, unfortunately. He just deleted it, gained a lot of overflow, and I'm not too sad about that because, well, I might be able to build up next turn and go into some big clean-up plays, but yeah, let's see how that goes. He uses his option to go into Dex Darugamon, which, well, okay. Yeah, I guess. I've not seen the option at all since its release, to be fair. Yeah, he goes back into security. His Tyrannomon dies, and he can unsuspend the Dextergoromon, which is kind of nice for him. Yeah, so the only hope that we have right now is to find a Sculptmon off the top with Toyagomon. But we only find the Tankmon and, well, one memory. There's not much that we can do, so I just fire the Bind Trigger and surrender. Next up, going second with 2 rookies is kind of nice. I really want to keep this hand to Digivolve and Raising and on play search for some follow-up. I'm playing against Hunters, and I have to say the new Aristradramon Superior Mode is insane. But pretty good for my matchup, to be fair, because whenever I can find their Blitz with Beelstarmon or Hurricane Screwshot, I can just delete it because it's low level, and if it's the only Digimon on the board, their Blitz can delete the lowest play cost. Yeah, so that's pretty great. He gives me 4 memory. I can search my own Tamer, my memory setter, which is insanely important against Hunters. Hunters is really good at choking their opponent, so having a memory setter does a lot. I don't feel too great putting them at 3, but they don't have a lot of Tamers and not a lot of draw power yet, so I guess that's fine. They continue to set up and play out the Taiki and the Yu Amano, which is absolutely fine by me. I just need to find a level 4 right now. Well, there it is, but there's not really much follow-up, so I actually also need to find a level 5 on top of that, so yeah, we unfortunately have to pass at 3, which hurts a lot. They're going into their own Aristradramon and go into security, and draw a lot of cards along the way. I think that's okay. After that, playing out a Watchmaker and a Tagiru. So my turn starts and I draw Beelstarmon. I feel like I have to establish my Gundramon, but that only works if I'm drawing my level 5 right now. And well, there it is, Satellamon. Immediately going into that, putting something under from trash and digivolving into the Gundramon. Unfortunately, my Gundramon misses, so I don't have another source, but, well, it's fine, it's fine. One source is enough. Or is it? The rest of the cards are pretty good for my situation, so I'll put them at the top of my deck and pass turn. Oh my god, we are so lucky. They just hard-played the Darkdramon Ace just because they didn't have anything else in hand. And he cannot Digivolve. I have protection because of Satellamon. This is so good, man. He tries to Digivolve, that doesn't work. And he tries to delete me after that, which I'm going to protect. Putting me at 5 memory, and I'm more than able to get the overflow of that guy. I'm immediately playing out the Chaos Triangular. Chaos Triangular. And I'm going into security because of the reboot. I think the 7th Tamer or 6th Tamer is not going to matter that much. And yeah, I check a champion, so that's pretty fine. Again, I'm going to reboot at the start of their turn anyway, so yeah, that's just a free check. I'm even able to choke them at 1. Can you believe that? They're moving out from the Raising, and with start of main effects, they're going back to 4 memory and also Digivolving my Gundramon, which sucks a lot. They're going to my security, and I'm considering to actually blast Ace into Beelstar, but they could have something in hand. They have 4 memory, they can Digicross and reduce, so I'm actually holding off my Ace for a later moment. Oh, and there it is, the new Superior Mode. This is a really good time to Ace. I've Hurricane Screwshot and Trash, so I'm going to play it out, delete a level 3, 4 and 5, which takes care of the Superior Mode. It doesn't even have on deletion safe, so yeah, that's a pretty good play. From this situation, it's pretty easy to win, because I can Digivolve into Beelstar X, lay out the Bind Trigger to trash the top security. After that, I can use the second effect and trash 2 option cards or 3 Musketeer trade cards for my Digivolution cards to again trash top security, delete highest level, and the second effect is actually also when attacking, so I can trash 2 of their security, which means I'm going to check after security has been trashed 3 times. Pretty strong. Game number 4, we actually get a really good hand. So, rookie, champion, level 5. We don't have an option, but I figure if we just Digivolve and Raising and pass a turn, we might draw into a option card and go from there. They play out a Tomihimi, which puts us at 4. That's actually perfect, because we can Digivolve into a level 4 for 2 and a level 5 for 3. They're going into my security with their Burning Greymon, and unfortunately they have 13,000 DP, which doesn't let me delete it with Chaos Triangular. That only deletes until 12,000 DP, so damn, that's unlucky. But it's not the end of the world. I can just go into the Burning Greymon with 7,000. After that, playing out a Toyagomon to search, a Gundramon. I'm definitely grabbing that one. So right here, I'm just extending a little bit, fueling up my Gundramon with some option cards and putting my opponent at 4. Which you might say, why should I ever not choke my opponent? Because I was also able to put an option card under my level 4 to, well, choke them at 1. The reason is Gundramon is insane in this matchup. Yeah, he can suspend it and Gundramon would be nullified with that. But apart from that, Gundramon is just a unit. He cannot get rid of it. And Gundramon always can threaten a board clear with Beelstarmon X. So establishing that early is really important for me. Also because I have Collision and Reboot. It's just a really important card for the matchup. So I'm getting scared a little bit at that point because he trashed both of my option cards with the Kumamon. He's, when attacking, Digivolving into DIGI-PANDA, deleting my Scopemon. Again, not the end of the world. My Gundramon is standing. And by the way, it's standing there with 4 Digivolution cards, while the DIGI-PANDA has 2 Digivolution cards and Ice Clad. So in any universe, I'm winning that fight, so I block. From that point, he has no other play to threaten my Gundramon, so he just plays out a Flamemon to search. I Digivolve the Sparrowmon and Raising, and, well, because I have Collision, Reboot and Blocker, I'll just go into the Flamemon and have a blocker for next turn. I actually decide to fuel up my Gundramon again with the Chaos Strangler from Trash, using the effect of Scopemon, gaining 2 memory along the way. So this champion was just played out for 2 memory, which is insane. Right here I'm deciding on if I want to put their Blitz or a Chaos Triangular under the sources, because their Blitz is much better at disrupting my opponent and their plays. On the other hand, I want to keep some cards in hand. So yeah, I'm deciding on Chaos Triangular, but we could argue that their Blitz is much more important here. My opponent is going in with Burning Greymon 13,000, and while I'm not blocking, I'm actually going to ace into Beelstarmon, using the Blitz that I still had in hand to delete the lowest play cost, obviously the Burning Greymon, and fueling my Gundra with another option card. My opponent is going for the Flamemon on place Trash 1, Draw 2 again. Sadly, I cannot use the Sparrowmon when Digivolving, but I can take care of the Flamemon again with the Collision. I'm taking it slow here, so again, use the Toymon on play to search out their Blitz again and another Sparrowmon for my Raising next turn. At this point, I'm feeling really safe because I have the Gundramon, I established it, it has 3 sources, and my Beelstarmon is also always protected. Now here's what I feared, kind of. The Kazemon is going to suspend my Gundramon, making it unable to block an attack, but I'm still at 4 security. Again, I'm feeling confident. He's going in Digivolving into Alderman, and well, unfortunately for him, Hurricane Screwshot deletes the level 5. Alderman cannot check a second time. With that, he Digivolves in Erasing in Agumon, and it's my turn again. Luckily, he checked an option card, so I can use the Sparrowmon effect right now to fuel the option card into my Gundra, or rather into my Beelstar to play out another option when attacking. And that option is going to be Bind Red Trigger, trashing the top card of my opponent's security. We're going to fuel up some more with Scopemon and go into security with Gundramon. Gundramon is going to be deleted, but I'm protecting that with Hurricane Screwshot, allowing me to gain 1 more memory. I'm using the Satellamon effect to make Gundramon unable to be de-Digivolved and bottom decked. Bounce to hand, you know the drill. My opponent moves out the Agumon from Raising and puts some cards under his Double Tamer to then Digivolve into Emperor Greymon. It tries to delete Beelstarmon, which I'm going to protect with Hurricane Screwshot, allowing me to steal the turn. At the end of turn, he's going to attack with the Emperor Greymon, which lets me ace again to, well, again play out an option card and put it under one of my Digimon. I'm also blocking the attack and using their Blitz to Digivolve his Emperor Greymon so that he doesn't have any blocker in my turn, and that gives me the win. So in conclusion, I really enjoy the deck. I think Free Musketeer is not the best top meta deck, but because of the idea that you have a lot of option cards and you forego the protection that a lot of Digimon have. Most of Digimon always say you're unaffected until the end of your opponent's turn by Digimon effects, by their Digimon effects, whatever. And Free Musketeer is really good at just playing around that. Also, you can just sit on Gundramon until you have enough chip damage or enough cards in hand to actually go into Beelstar X, trash their security, clean up the board and go for game. I love this deck, and I hope you had some more insight into the deck. And yeah, smash like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.